Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we're back in Farming Simulator 2015, and I'm going to do a bit of a guide on how to make money easily. Now, you might have seen me mention this kind of briefly in my last video, but basically what we're going to do is a bit of forestry. So I've got my wide array of forestry machinery here. You definitely don't need all of this, so I'll show you a couple of easy ways to do it. The first is kind of a low budget way, and it involves using this bad boy here, which is the front loader New Holland tractor, and it's also taking advantage of the fact that you can basically buy trees in this game fully grown for $7,000 and sell the wood for $50,000. So we're going to basically buy a bunch of fir trees, plant them here, strip them, like cut them down and strip them and drag them all the way into this pond, and that's easy money. So let's buy some of these trees, and if we go over here, go placeables, select category, and we'll scroll over, we get the firs. You see the $7,000. We don't want any of these other trees, right? The firs are the only ones that you want, because the firs, you don't need to cut any additional branches, you only need to cut off the greenery. So let me actually show you. You see all these branches over here. These are from one of these trees here. So not only do you have to cut the greenery off these trees, you also have to cut these individual branches. It just adds a whole lot of work to the whole process. So let's buy some of these firs. And I'm not going to get that many because I've only got a limited amount of money, which is kind of ironic given the topic that I'm doing. But so we'll place two. Yeah, two will do. That's going to be easily, well, 90,000 pretty easily. So what you're going to you want a chainsaw. That's about $1,000 at the store. Basically, this budget method is, if my maths is correct, about $71,000 or $72,000. So it's not too bad to get into. And you hold down your right mouse button to rotate your chainsaw, and we'll just start kind of down here. Just hold down left mouse button, I'll cut through the tree. And I'll put the chainsaw away and let me go get my tractor. Alright, we'll drive over to the tree. You can see I've got a log fork on the front of this as well. So the front loader attachment, and then you got the log fork on front of that. I like having a fairly decent weight on the back as well, because these trees can be pretty heavy. And you see sometimes you just want to basically knock it off the stump, and it hasn't actually fallen over. So let's give it another whack. Still not falling over. Trees are a bit weird in this game, in case you didn't know. There we go. All right, down it goes. So let's go see if it spins too far away. It's not going to go spinning around by the looks of it, that's good. We'll leave the tractor here. Oh, god damn it. Anyway, we'll leave the tractor here, because you want to cut all this greenery off. So the easiest way to do this, at least that I've found, on these trees, is to just hold down your left mouse button and run down it. And you see you got the wood chips flying up, that basically means you're cutting off the greenery. So just go all the way down to the end. Oops, started cutting into the wood there. That slows you down a bit. And did we get all of it? Looks like we got all of it. There may be one or two bits on the underside, but I think we got the most of it. That's pretty good. Sometimes it takes a few attempts. And so now we're just going to grab onto this log with the log claw thingy, log fork. Try to get myself in the right position. Mouse controls with this thing is always a bit fiddly. Alright, so we got hold of it. You can see tractor really doesn't like this. This little tractor can't handle it too easily, just because of the weight of this. But, I mean, you're supposed to really cut this up into a number of sections, right? But the thing is, you don't have to when you're only going a short distance. Which is why this works, basically. Because I can just drop this entire thing into the mill pond. Let me lower the weight at the back, maybe that'll help me out a bit. Not really. Sometimes you just have to play around with the claw. Alright, so we just got to get this in the pond. There we go. $52,000. Easy money. So that's the budget way of doing it, basically. You just cut it down, you carry it over with your tractor. And it's easy money. Like, you'll make $500,000 to $1 million credits, like half an hour to an hour. It's, you know, I don't know if they'll fix this. They probably should, because it's obviously broken. Like, you shouldn't be able to make money this quickly. But, you know, right now you can do it. And so, given how long it takes with farming, this is the easiest way to make money. So that's the budget way of doing it. Now we've got the fancy way of doing it. This is the Scorpion King. This bad boy costs $317,000 in the store. And it's amazing. So, basically you want to drive over to your tree. You gotta hold down both mouse buttons to rotate your saw blade thingy at the end. You turn it on, and then we'll drive it near. You see up in the top left corner, it says X to cut, so I'm going to press X. So not only does that cut it, it also clamps onto it, and the tree's fallen down. And all I can do now, I can actually just drag this tree over to the pond. So let me move this over to the left a bit. Hopefully this works. Sometimes it falls off, which is a real pain in the ass, but generally it works pretty well. So we'll drag it over here, and let's actually position it a bit over the water. Yeah, that'll probably work. It doesn't look quite right, but it'll probably work. So now I'm going to press O a few times and change my cut length up to 5 meters, and then I'm just going to press X. And look at this bad boy go. It's awesome. And it just drops it straight into the water, and again, easy money. And we'll just keep doing it, and there we go. Now the rest of the branch hit the water and it was done. And we're up to 94,000 bucks off 2 trees. So, I mean, look how much area you've got here. You can populate this whole area with trees. Not only that, but if you get the stump cutter, which I've got on the back of this tractor here, you can clear the stumps out of the area and start again. So let me just show you that. Basically you just drive by, drop that down, we'll turn it on. It's a bit fiddly this, but it works pretty well. Get in the right position. Is that going to start cutting? There we go. So we'll cut the stump down. Waiting, it takes a while sometimes. Still waiting. Maybe I didn't have to, needed the saw a bit further down maybe. Or maybe it just doesn't want to actually cut it this time. It does seem a bit fiddly sometimes. I've heard people saying there are some stumps that you just cannot cut. Maybe this is one of them. But you see the idea anyway. So, and yeah, that's it. I mean, it's obviously a bit cheesy. You know, you're gaming it a bit, it's an exploit, whatever. But at the same time, you're not editing your save, you're actually doing a bit of work yourself. So, you know, it's maybe not as bad as just cheating by editing the save and getting money that way. But it's, you know, I've got all these fancy equipment, expensive tractors and shit just from doing this basically. Like, or you can do it if you change it down to like 5, 15 times, or, you know, 1 times, whatever. In the, if I go up here, just in the time scale here, I've got it set to real time at the moment. But you can basically do it just while you wait for your crops to grow, and they're actually just finished right now, which is pretty cool. Look at all these crops come rolling in. Delicious canola. Let's set my harvester guy on this, shall we? If this last bit actually finishes. No? Okay. Whatever. So yeah, anyway, I got a bit distracted there. But that's easy money. Obviously you can do it properly, like there's no reason not to. You got pine trees. The Scorpion King only works on those fir trees, by the way. I forgot to mention that. So that's another reason not to use any of these other trees. Just kind of pretend that these trees don't exist, really. I mean, they'd be useful for the wood chipper. Like if you cut the branches off and chuck them in the chipper. This is the wood chipper here. But the wood chipper really doesn't work very well. I don't know if it's bugged, but it kind of seems like it is. It does chip the wood, but it is so difficult to use that it's almost not worth doing it. So yeah, I'd just pretend all the other trees don't exist and just use the fir trees. I mean, you've got a ton of fir trees in this forest over here. I don't think they're as fully grown as the ones you buy straight from the store. But there's also some near the farm, the starting location, I think. So, you know, you can, if you want, chop them up with the Scorpion King to 5 meters and then just put them in the back of the buffalo and use the buffalo to drive them to the train station or the mill, whatever. But that's if you want to do it properly. The easy money way, well, we've already seen that. So until next time, I've been Vornskyr. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.